Right, Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you so very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Me blood clot, jot. Okay. Anyway, we're here to continue the readings about our personal development. So, what lesson is life currently trying to teach you? For those of you who chose, we got number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, so we're going to do number 4. So, if you felt drawn to deck number 4, let's find out what lesson it is that life is currently trying to teach you. Okay, subject matter, what life is currently trying to teach you. Okay, so we got the mother card. All right. Oh, I couldn't find my lotion pot. So we have to come up with an alternative. all of them. Okay. So what lesson is life trying to teach you at this time? Subject matter was mother. We got prayer, virgin, expect a miracle, police, all in the upright. My board is on the wrong side. Hang on. Okay, let's check the underlying issue. So we got infertile. Take time to grieve and move on. Collect. Self-taught. Self. Listen to your conscience. I'm getting kind of calm, a kind of vibe from this. So what lesson is life currently trying to teach you? It's like you've done the crime, just do the time and move on. Listen to your conscience. Okay, so it's like something you've been doing, it has not been in the upright. You have not been doing the right thing for whatever reason. And a part of you knew that as well. So now it's like it's a time of judgment. Because when I saw the collect card, I heard karma. Okay. So the way you taught yourself, self-taught, is how you basically set up a future for yourself, self-care. Self-taught equals to self-care. So it starts with the mind and then you bring it into reality, but you should listen to your conscience. So this life is trying to teach you to listen to your conscience. You've been ignoring your conscience for too long. So now we got the prayer and virgin card. So it's like you're not a person who is used to praying. It's time for you to start to practice, put prayer into practice and expect a miracle. But there's a police issue. So before you can see the ultimate positive results of you praying and listening to your conscience, there's some karma that you have to clear first for the things that you've already done, the bad things that you've already done. So once you've cleared that karma, then your life will become more abundant. You will have more blessings than misfortune. Okay, so that's what's happening there. So life is trying to teach you to listen to your conscience, because when you're about to do something, the thoughts that we get, self-taught, the thoughts that we allow to permeate our mind because we get all type of thoughts, you know, we get good thoughts, we get bad thoughts, but the thoughts that we allow ourselves to give power to, the thoughts that we allow ourselves to pay attention to and bring to life, that's the moment where you can either make or break your future. And you have been listening to the bad thoughts for too long, and so you've accumulated bad karma because you've been planting bad seeds, you've been doing bad things, you've been putting out bad energy into the world. So in order for you to complete your lesson, you have to now live life on the other side. So whereas you were doing these things so that you can be fortunate, you have to now experience life on the side of misfortune. Basically, walking in the other person's shoes. And hopefully, once this happens, you will realize just how bad what you were doing actually was. Because it's like, if you wouldn't want somebody to do it to you, then you really shouldn't do it to others. Okay? Even when nobody's watching, because there is always somebody watching. Of the land, this is the law of life, the laws of nature that's stepping in. So there's always somebody watching, and balance is always going to be restored. Let's continue. So we got listen to your conscience, unrestrained indulgence, lack of self-discipline. You were doing something bad to somebody so that you can benefit yourself without conscience. You didn't care how it was affecting the other person and or people involved. So you accumulated credit, karmic credit, but this is bad karmic credit. Now it's time to pay back credit. We got partner up with the universe, family, guardian, reciprocate their love. So whenever you're getting involved with anybody, let the universe guide you. This season that's teaching you the importance of putting out good works so that you can receive good in the future. Is teaching you that when you're dealing with others, you need to reciprocate people love. So that means if somebody didn't do bad to you and you do bad to them, you're going to accumulate bad karma. Just like with the laws of the land. Okay? If somebody did something bad to you and you retaliated in the right measure or in equal measure, then that's not a crime. That's justice. But if you're fighting against an innocent person, you're taking advantage of somebody who has not done you wrong, then that's a crime. Just because they're weaker than you or smaller or whatever, or see any help in the physical, they have help in the spiritual. Nature fights back on their behalf. And that's the lesson that life is trying to teach you right now. So it's not just about acknowledging the laws of the land. It's not just about, did anybody see me? There's always somebody seeing you. Mother Nature, Karma, God, the angels. And for those who believe in ancestors, the ancestors. So you were more focusing on the physical realm. You need to take into account the spiritual realm. Reciprocate their love. We got romance. Crazy. Your true current purpose is high value. So you thought that being nice to someone would be a stupid idea, basically. But for you to follow your own true current purpose, that's where you would have gotten all the riches and the status and all these wonderful things that you were trying to get by trying to hurt whoever this is or whatever group this is. That's where a lot of humans get it wrong. We try to go after being a success however we want to, but there's a path. We all have our own unique path to success. We are all stars. But the way to manifest your starship in reality is to find your purpose and stay on course no matter what. You know, stay in your own lane. That's what a lot of people don't do. And they try to either walk in other people become to become successful, or they try and tear somebody else down so that they can become successful. But all those formulas are losing formulas. There's a price to pay. It doesn't matter if anybody saw you in the physical. The universe is always watching. That's what people don't get. It's a secret. It's a secret admirer. Let's see, we got the father energy and fucking. Okay, so now the mother energy that's at the thing makes sense. It says be on your own and time. Be on your own time. Stay in your own lane. Run your own race. Don't compete with nobody. Don't try and pull anybody down for you to climb up. That's the losing formula. You're always going to have to pay for it. Just when you thought that you've accomplished your goals through these illegal means, down comes your kingdom crashing. Because you built it on faulty ground. You didn't build it on firm ground. You were not driving in your own lane. You crashed into somebody else. You try and push other people off of their path so that you can try and elevate. So the mother energy was talking about receiving. So we're at the beginning where we have the subject matter. The mother energy is receiving. And now the father energy is coming out with the word fucking. So the father energy is like the masculine energy. With the feminine, which is the mother energy, it's the energy where things come to you so much easier because you're on your own path, doing your own thing, not trying to tear down anybody else, not trying to step on anybody else. You're moving with integrity because you know you are a winner, because you are doing what? You're in partnership with the universe. You are where the universe has mapped out for you. So you can't go wrong, you can't lose. And people wonder why I can't lose. It's because I'm doing what I've been called to do. This is my calling. This is why I'm so good at it. Anything that is your calling, you find it easy, you'll be really good at it. It's effortless. There is some growth, there is some studying, you have to always be improving yourself, yes. But there's a naturalness about whatever you're involved in when it's your true calling. These are the things that will bring us the riches and the fame and the power that we desire. Okay, so the first thing you have to acknowledge within yourself is what your gifts are. We all have gifts. We all have things that we are naturally good at. The world may not understand your gift. They don't have to. You just have to believe in your gift. and keep going. And eventually the world will understand it with you. Because usually you have to start out on your own, believing in yourself. So the universe, right now, the lesson the universe is trying to teach you is how to work with the powers of the universe rather than trying to become a success on your own. You've already got everything that you need to be a success. All of us have. But we be coming off of our path for one reason or the other. So if you have a true gift for, let's say you have a true gift for cooking, you need to trust that you can become million, billion, trillionaire on cooking. You gonna start off small, just like with any and everything else. Everybody starts off small. But if you stay on that path, you come up with new recipes. You probably become a franchise like McDonald's and these other multi-billion dollar industries. You don't know what the universe has mapped out for you, but your path has already been mapped out. If you're a mechanic, if you are a comic, if you are a janitor, if you are a garbage man, you need to believe. You need to believe that you are supposed to be on that path. Do not pay attention to how the world want to look at you and the standards that the world expects and the path that the world think would be a better fit for you. You need to know yourself. You need to know your path. You need to believe in what you can achieve, because you could be a garbage man and end up owning your own garbage company one day, but you have to start at the bottom. Why? Because when you start at the bottom, you understand the business completely. So not only will you have your own garbage company, your workers can't come back and tell you any nonsense because you've been there and done it. So you know the proper way of going about collecting trash, keeping the environment clean. You know what to use to clean yourself up when you go home. You know the risks. You know the business inside and out because you have walked the walk from the bottom. You see? So if you start off, if you're working in a fast food restaurant and people are talking down on you, but you feel like you're supposed to be there, it's because you're supposed to be there, learning what you're learning, because you are probably destined to have your own chain of fast food restaurants with some new shit in the future that will give McDonald's competition, that will give Burger King competition without even trying. You're just good at what you do because you love food. You love to see people enjoying food. And you see, that's what companies, that's where they fail, because they forgot where they started. They forgot where they started. They forgot about for cooking, their love for feeding people, and it just went straight to the money. So then the love is dropped. Why? Because they've grown so big and are in such high demand and don't have any competition, that they don't have to put in the effort like they used to, until somebody like you come with your new thing that just start growing like wildfire. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your own path and your own purpose, and stop making people wanting more for you. We need to understand how the science of the universe works. Because when we don't understand, that's when we do stupid shit, hurting other people to get ahead. Having a lack of integrity in business to get ahead. Instead of following the path that life has actually laid out for you. Whatever talent you have, God will always start you from the very bottom. Because when you start from the bottom, you get to understand your craft from the inside out. You get to understand it from a consumer's perspective. You get to understand it from a beginner's perspective. You get to understand it from a marketing perspective. You get to understand it from an executive perspective. You get to understand it from an international perspective. You get to understand how you can become innovative with what you do and add more and new, like techniques or flavors, invent new stuff. We have to start from the bottom, and that's what a lot of people don't believe in. They say it take too long. Everybody want to get rich quick, but trying to get rich quick, if you're gonna go about it in a way where you're hurting others, it's never going to last. It's never going to last. You might get rich quick, but you're going to get poor quick too. So you might as well take your time and build honestly. When you reach your height of success that you're happy with, it's gonna last because you understand what it took to get you there. So you have the power mentally, educationally, emotionally, socially, through networking, because people gonna know you, know what you can do, and you don't have to advertise. People will come find you because of how good you are at what you do. And you're gonna become that good at what you do because you've taken the time to understand your gift, your talent, your craft from the inside out. You started small. So that's the lesson that life is trying to teach you. And to add on to that, I need to tell y'all need to stop believing in this, oh, I'm going to die at 80, I'm going to die at 100. You need to stop thinking like that. Forget about death. To life. So that you stop rushing and thinking that you don't have enough time. These people who taught us about life and death, they've been teaching us lies forever. Human beings were not created to die. We were created to learn how to care for ourselves so we can keep on living. Keep on enjoying life. Keep on enjoying creation. Keep on serving God. That's the truth of the matter. We were not created to die. Growing old is not natural. Dying is not natural. They're not natural. We grow old from neglect of ourselves. We start looking old and wrinkled when we neglect ourselves. And we die when we don't live right. You can call me crazy if you want to. I've said what I said. Stop watching the clock. Care for yourself. And see how long you stay here for, and see how good you keep looking for. Or see how long you keep looking good for. Stop believing in what these stupid people who govern society has been telling us. These people don't care about us. They care about money. So they tell us anything that we need to encourage us to go around and buy their youth serums and their get their plastic surgeries and their all type of other shit. They will never teach you to look after yourself because that's not going to bring them any money. So they think. But that just shows you how unimaginative they are. Because if a money they love, be sure that they can find a way to make money and still do the right thing. You don't need a face serum for your face to continue to look young. What you need to do is be happy, smile more, talk more, sing more, use the muscles in your face more. And that will keep your face looking plump and young. That's how I do it. You want your neck to keep looking young? You need to exercise the muscles in your neck more. You want your chest to keep looking young and smooth? You need to exercise your chest more. Take care of your body so you can keep your youth. It's free. And when it comes to staying alive, you need to understand how to eat. We need to understand how to heal ourselves. That's the truth of the matter. Stop looking at the clock. You have time. Time is infinite. It doesn't end. Stop looking at the clock and pay attention to your lessons that life is trying to teach you. Become who you thought you would never be able to be because you didn't have any time. They lied to us. We can live much longer than 80, 90, and 100 years. We can live much longer than 130 years. We can live much longer than 140, 150. We can live much longer than 200 years and look like this. Stop allowing these people to steal your gift of life away from you. Stop allowing them to steal your peace of mind away from you by believing in the trash that they've been teaching us because they want to earn money and power. We need to unlearn a lot of things and go seek the truth about what life really is and who we are and what we are capable of as humans. We are magical beings, naturally. And God has provided everything that we need here on the earth and beyond, wherever they're in the water, wherever, for us to be able to maintain. You think God wants us to die? Especially those of us who seek God. God wants us to stay alive so we can take care of the younger generation, so we can help each other, so we can praise it. So we can smile, and it can feel good to know that we are smiling and happy because of its gift to us. Just think of when you love somebody and you give them a gift. It pleases you to see them being pleased with your gift. God is like that. God is somebody too. God got feelings too. That's why we were created. We were created out of love, not out of boredom. We need to understand life and living as God declares it, not as society declares it. Society only care about money and power. That's why there's so much deception. So, those of you who felt drawn to deck number 5, let's see what lesson it is that life is trying to teach you. was holding the deck upside down all this time. Okay, subject matter. What life is currently trying to teach you. Ooh, something is done. We got completion. That's the subject matter. It's over. It's done. You need to know when something is done. Okay. I'm hearing I should get the book for this. Anyway. Oh Lord. I think it's the one book that I kind of put far away. I don't even know where the book is because I kind of never really understood the book. I don't know. I can't find it, but the subject matter is completion. So we got joy and abundance. The subject matter is completion. And the underlying issue is completion. So let's see the underlying issue. So we got completion. We got impasse, blockage, passion, complacency, faith, renewal, self-worth, miracle, soulmate, dissipating, gossip, instinct, facade, impatience, mysticism, wisdom, prayer, insecurity, destiny. This reading feel like a continuation from the first one. This message. So if you were drawn to the last one and to this one, it wouldn't surprise me. This feel like it's saying what I've been number 4. You got service and perseverance. Yeah. You got victim, isolation, workaholic. It's time for recovery. Yeah, man, this is like a second part of what I just read. You got grief from your perception, where you were seeing things, it wasn't correct. Then we got the new beginning, creation will release you. This new beginning is going to release you from the trickery. This is exactly the confusion. Babylon try confuse we tell we how we can only live for 80 years and whatnot, and make a lot of people rush. That makes a lot of people rush to do things. See, now you're making the discovery. There's gratitude. Okay. So let's dig into this. Yeah, this is talking about exactly what I was telling those who were drawn to number 4. So completion, that's the subject matter of your joy and abundance, is because of how you were going about getting this joy and abundance. It wasn't correct. Okay. So the underlying issue, we got completion, impasse, passion, completion, impasse, passion. So it's like it's ending your blockage. Life is ending your blockage, knowing when something has come to an end. That was the subject matter. So the way you were doing things to gain joy and abundance, it has now come to an end. Okay? So completion And it's like there's a confusion in my head. It's like there's a cloudiness in my head while I'm reading this message here. So that is symbolic of you not seeing things clearly, grief and perception. Okay, so let's dig into it. So we got completion, impasse, passion. Because that's another thing, passion. How do you know where your true joy and abundance is? It's in what you have a passion for. I was telling those who were drawn to number 4, to number 4, that you need to find your true current purpose. You need to find your true purpose. How do you find your true purpose? It is that which you are good at, that which you is like you have a natural gift for doing whatever this thing is, and you have a passion for it. And if you're at a stage of your life where people have killed your passion for that thing, and you need to recognize it by knowing it's that thing that people keep calling you to do. So your passion may be dead for it, but you still have the gift. That's your purpose. That's where your true joy and abundance is, where you don't have to hurt anybody or commit any spiritual or physical crimes to gain success. Okay? So there's a completion of the blockage to your passion. We got complacency and faith. So you didn't have faith. You didn't have faith in your passion. We got renewal of your self-worth coming in, and it's a miracle. Okay, so God is about to renew you. So you're most likely going through a hard time in your life right now, where certain avenues that you have established to get money or things to make you happy, they're coming to an end. They're slowly draining out of your hand. You don't have a grip on these things or these people because you were going about getting your joy and abundance in the wrong way. So life is taking them away from you because it's time to basically pay for your crimes. This is just like number 4. You check out number 4. Okay, if you didn't feel drawn to number 4, I suggest that you check out number 4 for more information. All right, so you didn't have faith in your passion, but you're about to have a renewal of your self-worth. You're about to bring alive your passions again, those things that you used to love to do. Okay, where you might call your hobbies. They're not hobbies. They are your true path. They are your true purpose. They're your gifts. They're not hobbies. They're gifts. Okay, right? Soulmate. They're your gifts. So we got dissipating gossip. So the talking is dying down. You're doing less talking. Then we got instinct. Okay, and facade. So you're doing less talking because your instinct is telling you that when it comes to your impatience, it's a facade. So we have gossip, instinct, facade, impatience. Dissipating gossip, instinct, facade. So you're doing less talking and doing more spiritually seeing. Okay, and you're seeing that this impatience is a facade. Like I said, you rush to do things, you rush to gain things in life because you think that by the time you're 70, 80, you're going to be old and frail and sick. It will only be true if you don't take care of yourself. And that includes surrounding yourself by people who have bad intentions for you. Because even if you're taking care of yourself and you're around people who have access to you because they have bad intentions for you, they will ruin your vitality and your youthfulness and your good health for you. So when you're thinking about longevity and eternal youth, you need to think about the people that you have around you to make sure that they also want to see you live long and prosper. You understand? So yeah, so you're talking less because you're realizing that this time limit that you put on yourself to achieve your true joy and abundance is a facade. Well, that's what life is trying to get you to realize. We got mysticism, wisdom. We are magical beings. Recognizing that you're a magical being is wisdom. These rules that they made for us, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They only tell us what they want us to believe. I'm talking about society, which is going to help them and their cause or their aims and objectives. We can live so much longer than 80, 90, 100 years. We can live so much longer than 200 years and look fabulous like this. And be strong and flexible. Forever young is a real thing. And it's free. But those who run society, they want money and they want power. So they sell us lies. We need to stop buying into the lies. They're killing us. Starting with mentally. What we believe can either make or break us. So mysticism is wisdom. And then we got prayer, insecurity. So when you feel insecure or confused or anything like that, prayer. Mysticism, wisdom, prayer. When you're insecure about your destiny. So mysticism, wisdom, prayer, insecurity, destiny. We are mystical beings, and it will be wise to pray when we're insecure about our destiny. We got service and perseverance. When you're putting in the work, you need to have patience and you need to just keep going. Because if you believe that you have a lack of time, it's gonna make you do stupid stuff. It's gonna make you make stupid decisions. Okay? So when we're going after our true abundance, which is our starship, our stardom, in whatever field you feel drawn to, whatever field you have a passion for, we have to have perseverance. Don't make anything or anyone make you come off of your path. You want to win. You have a right to win. So you have to stand up for your right to be a winner in life. Against governments, against parents, against children, against lovers, against husbands and wives, against pastors. Don't let nobody deter you. Or else, if you don't accomplish your true joy and abundance legally, it's your fault for having fear. It's time to take back control of your life, your destiny. So let's read on. So we got victim, isolation, workaholic. You thought that you have to do it all yourself. And this is why you turn to crime. Because we don't pray enough. We don't invite God into our situation enough. So we try and find all type of other solutions, which are usually illegal ones. A lack of integrity in business. Because we didn't invite God. God's wisdom. God's mysticism. Because even when you don't know how it's going to work, when you invite God into the situation, that's where the miracles come in. And your hands can be forever clean. And your heart can be forever pure and at peace. Your conscience is at peace because you know you ain't doing nothing to nobody to get what you got. And anybody think that they're fucking bad enough and big enough to come fuck with your shit. They need to, they're going to meet God at the door and they need to pass through God before they can destroy your shit. So if you know you're a woman or man of God and you're living how God wants you to live, to go after your success, and God allow somebody to come in and destroy your business, it is for you to understand that God wanted that to happen. It's called divine diversion. It's not for you to get upset and ask God in a kind of tone of contempt. Well, why, Lord? Why you make that? No, it's for you to say, Mary, and you'll get the answer. God will talk to you. Through whatever means, you might hear a voice. You might see a dream. You might see a movie. You might see a book. You might see a t-shirt with the words on there. Somebody might come reason with you and share with you exactly what you're going through and the benefit to you to have had your business destroyed. It's because God got something better, and that was a necessary step. I can tell you that now. God don't make mistakes. So they sell us this mindset where God don't exist, and that makes us a victim of isolation and workaholic. So we work harder, not smarter, when we don't have God. The prayer that I pray before I start these readings, it make my life so much easier because I could talk and not look back, because I ask God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading, first of all. So I know any message that come out is God said. And then I say, do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So sometimes I'm talking things that I don't even know. It's when I'm saying it, I'm like, thy wisdom come. Because what? I'm reading the cards, but doing the mathematics in my head, the word mathematics, and it's making sense. And also, it's like digging into my subconscious, because we know everything, but it's in the subconscious. That's why people talk about being conscious. When you're conscious, the information that's in your subconscious is then in your present mind. You see it? So it's for something to trigger that information that's deep down to come to your present mind. And that's what happens many times when I'm reading these things, because it's like I'm doing the mathematics and it's like, you know what, that makes sense. A lot of the stuff I've experienced, so I speak mostly from experience. But reading for other people, situations that I've never been in, it teaches me. So I come upon new information. But because I have a good idea of like divine law and things like that, it makes it easy for me to put the mathematics into order. Okay. So yeah, so they teach us that we need to go after our riches and our success and our high status by ourselves. And that's what make us turn to doing criminal things to get it, because most of us, we want to get it quick because we think we're going to die soon, or we're going to get old soon, we're going to get sick and frail soon, we won't be able to provide for ourselves, we won't be able to ever experience that greatness of life of owning your own house and owning your own car and your land and starting the businesses. So thinking like that, it puts a kind of, and then you're thinking, well, what's the best thing to do? Well, you see a weaker person over there, you target that person, not realizing that you're setting up yourself for failure in the future. You're setting up yourself for loss in the future, because you're causing somebody else loss unlawfully, unjustifiably. So the seeds you plant is going to determine the fruits that you reap in the future. Please go back and watch number 4. If you were not drawn to number 4, go back and watch that one, please. Okay, there's a lot of valid information in there for you. So let's read on. So we got recovery. So now we got victim, isolation, workaholic, and recovery. It's time to recover yourself by including prayer. You're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to hurt nobody to be uber rich. You don't have to be dishonest. You don't have to dip into your devil energy for you to be great. You just have to understand life. You have to understand what is true and what is false. God is our financial advisor. Is it? By rolling with God, you roll with the ultimate powerhouse. That's why I am how I am. That's why I'm at the level that I am at. Because I roll with God. God knows everything. Why would I not? Shit that I don't even know. It just like magic. Why? Because I got my birdie in my ear, bro. It's magic. God is the magic that we need. We all need. Isn't. I respect those who do magic through them other means. I think it's very fascinating. I might want to see some of it done in the future. But me personally, to practice that stuff, I don't have to, because I see that I am even more powerful than those who practice that type of magic by just dealing with God. You know how many magicians and high priestess and high priest and all kind of voodoo this and voodoo that is out there trying to do shit to me to try and slow me down and bring me down and cut me down and cut me off, and none of that shit is working. And all I got is the Most High God on my side. If God be for you, more than the whole world against you. Real shit. I could testify that that part of the Bible is true. When they said that, that shit is true. Okay? Right. Let's move on. So we got grief, perception. So your grief was coming from the way that you were perceiving the world, the way that they taught you to perceive going after your riches and all these things. Because you may gain things right there at the beginning, but there comes a time where misfortune will hit you because you gain that through causing others misfortune. So we got creation, release, trickery. So now it's time for your new beginning. Start releasing the trickery and the confusion through your discoveries, these new discoveries, understanding spiritual law. When you understand how the world actually works, then you won't be a victim of the trickery of these people who govern the world anymore. And when you discover what you discover, just have gratitude and keep it pushing. God is your G. Let God be your G, your dog, your nigger, your genie, your chi, your number one. God is all you need. Once you start there, God will provide who and what you need as you need them. If God hasn't provided you with someone and you feel you need someone and you feel it very strongly that you need someone, you're the one who is making a mistake, not the Most High God. There's something that you're missing. More life lessons, so you need to pay attention. Okay? Because God's not going to see you have a need and not provide you with that need. It doesn't make any sense. God is trying to help you to win. So you need to always remember that. So if God takes something or someone from you, it's because it was in the way of you winning. If God denies you of someone or something, it's because it's in the way of you winning. You asked God to help you win, didn't you? So you need to trust that God is carrying you in the right direction to win. It's like you ask God to take charge because God know more than you. God see what you can't see. God has heard what you can't hear. And yet still you want to be calling the shot. That don't make no sense. There needs to be alignment between what you're seeing and what God is doing. You need to understand what God is doing. So before you start jumping to conclude that God is disgracing you or God is failing you and all these things, you need to understand what the fuck God actually is. God can't lose, first of all. So there's nothing wrong with God and what God is doing. Clearly, there's something wrong with your perception of God and what God can do. God is limitless. Okay? If you need a doctor, God is it. If you need a lawyer, God is it. You need a good fuck, God is it. You need a good drink of wine, God is it. You need an excellent meal, God is it. God can show you how to be and do all these things. God invented them, didn't it? You think that there's anything on earth that humans created that God didn't create? All wisdom comes from God. They want a proper nuclear. God is it. Don't fuck with it. Yo, God is it. Okay? Shit. With God, you can't lose. Trust. All right. Those of you drawn to number 6. Yeah, man. God is everything. Shit. God don't ramp. Isn't God the same one that take out whole nations? Mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, grandmother, cat, dog, tree, fucking donkey, horse, cow. God is the God of war. And God is also the God of peace. God is it. Whatever you need. Once you're in your true purpose and you ask God to help you, God is it. You ask the best person you can ever ask. God will show you who to talk to and who to cut out. God will show you who you can trust and who you can't trust. You just need to trust God. God is it. Shit. That's what's missing from the world today. Too many wannabe gods and not enough God. Like most of these have been talking about a lack of integrity in business. And if you look around at what's happening with these Black Friday sales blackouts and all these things, the way how the people are taking charge of their future by the major corporations who have been treating them like shit for way too long from their own pocket purses and their own wallets. Okay. And it's in an effort to balance the scales of giving and receiving when it comes to these major corporations, because it's ridiculous to me. Y'all got so much money yet you're so fucking stingy. That's why the shit is coming back to bite you in your bumbleclaw Ross right now. You deserve every fucking thing you get or don't get. You deserve it. What height of bumbleclad scroogivity is that? That's uber Scrooge. You do sales and you fucking don't even get the people them no sales. You just make up that shit. You don't want to lose nothing. And then the thing is, most of these products are being made in these other places that you call third world countries for little or nothing. And then you bring them over to these parts of the world and you sell it to us for like 100% of the price that you paid for it. Sometimes 120%, 130%. In some cases, maybe even 1,000% of the price that you paid for it or more. And you can't afford to give the people a little bumbleclad discount from time to time as a thank you for your continued patronage. You deserve to lose millions, billions, and if so, trillions. I'm not sorry for you. I like what the people are doing. Integrity in business. God said it's time for us to have integrity in business. It's a give and take process, not a take process. Fuck you. Ridiculous. Stingy as fuck, bro. You enslave these people from these other countries to make these products, make these garments and stuff, make these shoes, make these jewelry. Fucking even acquiring the materials to make this jewelry. You spend little or nothing on getting these things, and then you want to come and bring them and sell them to the people for over 1,000% of the actual price that you paid to construct these things and acquire these things. And yet still to give your own people who have been supporting your businesses forever, their parents have been supporting your brands and your businesses, and you can't afford to give them a little actual discount. You want to trick them and make them think that they're a discount when they're not getting a discount. They're actually paying full price for things that are marked up with 40% discount. There is no discount. That's the height of dishonesty in business, man. You deserve to pay for that shit. And it's not like say you can't fucking afford it. You can afford. A matter of fact, and these grab bags that they were talking about, these grab bags that had fucking trash in them, and then water bottle being the gift for waiting outside in the cold for God knows how long. All type of dumb shit y'all do with these people, and you see that the people them are already upset. Y'all really think that people are idiots. Y'all are really insulting the intelligence of the people. You know, back in the day, boycotts were done a different way. But I see now that what we the people have to do is keep up with where it's going to hurt those who oppress us the most. Once we know exactly where to hurt you, then we can just get right on it. Don't even waste no time. Because these motherfuckers think that we're idiots. Let's show them that we got power too. This is some bullshit. You want people spend, everybody's paycheck stays the same. But you want us to spend. Spend fucking what? The cost of living keep going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Everything go up and the paycheck go up, the same. And if it go up by 50 cents or $1. Fuck difference that make. Really insulting the people, them intelligence. And you swear that we're gonna keep on just taking it, just taking it, just taking it. And instead of pushing back, you think that we're gonna always find a way to survive with the circumstances, man. Fuck you and fuck that. You're doing too much now. For a long time, we've been just adjusting because we very versatile like that. We're used to struggle. We don't mind struggling, but now you're just being fucking ridiculous. And that's where you're fucked up at. You need to know when to fucking ease up. And actually give some kindness. Give back to your community. That's why the people are fucking you up right now. So yeah, most of these readings have been talking about business and integrity in business and the way we go about getting our money and the need for it. The need for it to be done in the right way because it's time for people to pay for going about accumulating their funds in an unlawful manner. So it doesn't even surprise me that that's what's been coming out. And me, I don't have that problem. When I was doing business, or when I am doing business, it's fair trade always. As a matter of fact, I would more likely give more than I'm taking. And for a long time I was. And then I realized that these people, they don't really value me. And plus, I'm not a trainee anymore. Now I'm an expert. I need to get expert pay for my services, taking people's dreadlocks. So, yeah. But I was fair. So I know that this shit don't apply to me. Woo, woo. Fair trade is a must. It's not something to play about. That shit comes back to bite you in the ass. And then over the years, the quality of things and services, or the quality of goods and services are diminishing, but everything is getting more bumbleclad expense. Make yourself make sense. And we're supposed to just be cool with that shit. We're not cool with it. It's not okay. Fuck you think we are. Whatever the fuck you think we are, we about to change that shit in your mind. We are not that. We are people of dignity and intelligence and courage to stand up for what is right. the subject matter, if you were feeling drawn to deck number 6 or number 6, we got I like you. We got someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, or want to date. Okay. Let me not get too happy. We got some real dickheads out there in the world. Let's see how, this is what life is teaching you. Let's see how this person fuck this up then. Let's see. Oh, my bumble clot. So the card that comes out is talking, interested, conversing, conversing more. Awaited message arrives. Text, call, email, hoovering. And the underlying issue, stabbed in the motherfucking back. See why I say, like, let's not get too excited. Let's see how this person fucked this up. So we got stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Let's figure out what lesson life is currently trying to teach you. Then we got acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Like a duh moment. Okay. You like me, but you wanna be fucking stabbing me in the back. It's time to break the fuck up, yes? It's like, not today, bitch. So if you're wondering why someone's not taking your shit, is because, yeah, you like them, but why you treat them like you hate them? You like them, but you're treating them like they're an enemy. You do not hurt people you actually like. So whoever taught you how to like people, they taught you wrong. You need to unlearn what them taught you and learn the right thing. That's like the first one. This sounds like a similar message from number 1. So we got not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, because they're still angry. Not today. The Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. So there's no second chances until you grow and transform your life. Unlearn the bullshit that you learned and learn what you need to learn so you can do what you have to do properly. And separation, yo, this person is gone. Soulmates, missing you. Wait. Sadness, sorry. Missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. And we got photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. And we got date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan or set a date. And then we have mirror, mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. You see? So what we got going on here? Yeah, engagement ring, and then self-indulgence and the runner. Yeah, but butterfly. Wait, okay. So what's going on here is quite like what happened with those who felt drawn to number one. So somebody actually likes you, or you like someone, because it's what lesson life is trying to teach you. You like someone, but whatever talking you had with people, the way that you learned to express that love that you have for this person, there's a disconnect there. Okay, the way that you have been expressing yourself with this person to show them that you like them is okay. Some people let's say this is a love relationship. This could be love, this could be business, this could be family or whatever. But what we got going on here is the formula that you may use with one person and it work, using it with this person is working against you. So what life is trying to teach you is everybody is not the same. Okay? So the formula that people taught you to use and it works on these people, whoever you're dealing with now that's not standing for it, that's not going for it, they're different to the people that you are used to. Go and watch number one. If you felt drawn to deck number one, I wouldn't be surprised seeing this message come out. There's more information in it. Okay? So also this last card, relationships reflect our wounds. There's a need for introspection. So what we could have going on here as well is you are treating this current person or group as though they have committed a crime against you, when the truth of the matter is it is other people from your past that did things to hurt you. This person is a new person. They haven't committed any crimes against you. So the way that you're treating them, the level of caution that you're using when dealing with them is uncalled for. And as this stabbed in the back card comes out first, it's kind of like, I'm going to get you before you get me. So right away, you that this person is going to hurt you, is going to leave you, is going to do something to you that's going to piss you off. So you just decide, before you get me, I'm going to get you. And that is not the right formula in dealing with this person, because this person is not like the people that you've known before. It's not necessary for you to take this tone with that person, with this new person. So the way that you're treating this person is like a shock to their system. Like, why the fuck are you treating me like that? So they just run away. And now you're hurt. You don't understand why they ran away. What would you do? If they did what you did to them, to you, what would you do? Especially if you know that you haven't done anything to this person to deserve however you treated them. Put yourself in their shoes. This person doesn't tolerate fuckery. This person doesn't tolerate being treated like shit. This person values themselves. This person is mature and responsible, at least more than the people that you've known in the past. So you have to recognize each person for who they are. Life is not a one size fits all type thing. Everybody is different. Everybody got their strengths and their weaknesses. We need to get to know each other. So you committed an offense against this person because of hurts that you've endured from the past, because of formulas that you've chosen to use because of things that happened to you from the past. This person is new. You're supposed to have a clean slate dealing with a new person. And then when they treat you in a negative way, then you shift. You don't shift because you're anticipating the hurt that they're going to bring towards you, because you were wrong. Now you've bruised what could have been a very healthy relationship, a very healthy association, a very healthy business partnership. You've destroyed it before it even really truly got the chance to become the beautiful thing that it was becoming, because of your fear, because of past hurts, because of the lack of self empowerment that you choose to express. You are not the master of your fate behaving like this. The things that happened to you in the past, they are the masters of your fate. You see how that happened? You see how that worked? So people that came into your life and fucked you over and are now long gone, they're still affecting your life negatively because you kept them in here. You kept your experience with them in here and at the forefront of your mind. And it's blocking you from giving each person a fair chance. Hurt people, hurt people. People who are hurt tend to hurt people. So you need to go and heal. There's a card that came out. It says, the relationship is over. No second chances until you grow and transform your life. They should have put until. I mean, if they want you back. I hope you can see that. But yeah. So the relationship is over until you grow and transform your life. There's some healing that you need to do so that you don't continue to make this mistake. Because if you did it with this person, the person that come, you're going to do it with them too, because you are the problem. You haven't dealt with your trauma from the past. You brought them into the future and you're allowing them to dictate how you live your life. Instead of seeing the new that life has brought you. Okay? So, what lesson is life currently trying to teach you? You need to see each person as a blank page. Give people a chance. The card that came out is the talking card. It says, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives. Text, call, email, or hoovering. Now, what's the awaited message arrives? So it's like, wait until they actually show you that they have come in your life to bring corruption and deception and disappointment before you retaliate. This what you did to this person, it could be equated to, you're a policeman or policewoman and you see somebody who is dressed a certain way and you arrest them. Why? because your excuse is, I just know they were about to commit a crime. I wasn't gonna wait until they committed the crime to arrest them. When this person, they had no desire to commit a crime. They just like the fashion. Which a good example of this is people who wear hoodies and these type of things. Fuck, it's cold outside. Sometimes a hoodie comes in very handy. They're comfortable, they're warm, but it make them look like street people, like criminals, like gang members and shit like that. But this one is not a gang member, you know? So you arrested them saying, I just know they were about to commit a crime. But the person was never about to commit a crime. So who's the criminal in this case? You offended them by arresting them. They were going somewhere to do something with someone and you pulled them off their journey to take them to the police station. They could have been home in their warm bed or on the couch with their spouse or playing games with their children or whatever, but instead they're locked up in a police station because you thought they were about to commit a crime. So that's what happened. So you need to give people a chance to show you who they are. Everybody is not the same. Okay? So it's like now you want to be talking to this person. Now you want this person back, but you've already tainted the possibility of a peaceful, fun relationship with this person. Whether this is friendship, familyship, work, romance, whatever. This is a person that you now see, you know what, we could have done great things together. We could have been great together. I would have liked to be your friend. Now you shut yourself out because you offended them. So how are you gonna fix it? Well, one of the lessons life is teaching you right now is not to make the mistake in the first place. 1 ounce of prevention is better than 20 pounds of a cure. You get that? It would have been better if you had prevented getting into this problem than to get into this problem because you feel you're right and you feel that it makes you feel good to get someone before they get you. It would have been better for you to just prevent getting into that shit. Because now, for you to get out of it, it calls for a lot more work, a lot more dedication, a lot more apologizing, a lot more humbling yourself. And then, even after you fix this matter, it's never going to be forgotten. And if something happened that looked remotely like a repeat of what happened in the past, that can now cause more separation or conflict. The damage is already done. It'll take very mature people to be still and wait and see the facts. When they start sensing a storm and all they want to do is fly away to safety, you're going to have to take a chance on each other until all that bad energy is out of your association. So you got a lot of work to do. So fuck 20 pounds of cure. I need like a 100 times 100 pounds of cure. See, 1 ounce of prevention would have been a lot better than the 100 pounds of cure that you're going to need to fix this relationship. Let this be a lesson in the future to give people a chance to show you who they are. That's the lesson that life is trying to teach you. Don't assume you know somebody. Don't assume you know what somebody's about to do because everybody is not what? So that's what we got for you. We are going to cut this one here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that the information here has been helpful. I love you all so much. And you can look out for 7 to 12 coming very soon. Okay. So until next time, my darlings, take care of yourself and each other. And let's get some God in our life because God is fun. Y'all know God. That's why y'all think it's boring. Okay. Good people who know God, we know that a lot of these restrictions that people put on godliness is a fucking facade. Most people who are considered God people, they can't even say fucking. You see, it's the perception. So they dumb down God thing. They make God thing look so boring that people don't even want to have nothing to do with being godly. Because they don't understand what being godly means. Being godly means you could do what the fuck you want. Just be safe. That's what being godly means. Why would God create dancing and then want to restrict people from dancing? It's not what you do, but how and why and when and where. Be responsible about life. Don't be a boring bitch. Don't be a boring dickhead. Do the right thing by taking care of yourself. Do whatever the fuck you like. Just do it the right way. Do it for the right reason. There are angels who are alcoholics. But if you can hold your alcohol, then what's the problem? If you can manage your alcohol and the alcohol is not managing you, what is the problem? Didn't Jesus turn water into wine? You think he turned it into wine so you can have one cup and feel a little buzz? Nah. You're supposed to get lit. If that's what brings out your happy vibe, if that's what brings out a more positive version of you, and you need that little boost, do what you gotta do. Just don't be a jackass. If you're a man who can handle several, as long as you're managing your house, it's not an abomination. Everybody's cool with who can handle several husbands, as long as you're managing them well and everybody's happy. There is no problem in God's sight. We don't fuck what you people think. We don't care about your little self-righteous mindset or vision of God. We don't care. If I want to have 3 husbands as a woman, I don't give a fuck about your opinion as long as all my man them happy. I'm happy. We treating each other well. It is not an abomination. This is how we want to run our association. Nobody is being held against their will. People need to mind their business and let everybody establish their own relationship with God. Stop telling people what God like and what God don't like. Let them figure out for themselves. Let them establish their relationship with God for themselves. Because all y'all are just listening to this person and repeating what the fuck that person say. Holding yourself in a tiny little box. And then you want to claim, say, God boring and God life boring. When you didn't learn God from God, you learned God from that person's experience, that person's perspective and perception. You didn't learn about God from God. You didn't take time to get to know God. You took time to get to know what they put in that book, what that pastor said. You learn about God from everybody else but God. Because you care about people's opinions and how they see you. You care about people judging you. So you live a life where you're not even true to who you actually are. Because you care more about how people see you rather than you being actually happy and at peace and on your own path. You want to be accepted and liked by and understood by other people. And then you call God thing boring. You don't even know God thing. You never took the time to get to know God thing. Pastor so and so know God thing because that's how God revealed itself to Pastor so and so. Prophet so and so know God thing because that's how God revealed itself to prophet so and so. How did God reveal itself to you? That is the question. Your mother know God thing like how they know God thing because that's how they choose to perceive God thing. Your father know God thing how they know God thing because that's how they choose to perceive what God is showing them. And most people only listen to other people's testimony of God and then adapt them as their own testimony. It's not your testimony. Until you have lived with God, you don't know God. You know of God. And only God knows if the reports that you're hearing are true. We need to get it together. God thing is not boring. All the most foul things, because it feels so, I say, it feels so good to be bad. All those things that you like is God invent them. Is God give man and woman the wisdom to make them. So that drugs that make you feel so good, is God give them the wisdom on how to make this thing. All you got to do is do what you do responsibly. God invented orgies. God invented sex parties. All you got to do is do what you're doing responsibly. Do not force nobody into nothing that they don't want to be a part of. If you're doing something and it's bad for your health, then that's what God sees as an abomination because it's bad for your health. Duh. If it's not bad for your health, then let people keep their opinions to themselves. We need to understand God. We need to stop putting God in this tiny little box that people have taught us to put God in because it's making us turn away from God without even giving God a chance to introduce itself to us personally. That's not fair. It's like somebody telling you something about me. And you've never experienced me. You don't know who I am, but you formed all your opinions about me from what other people say. How do you know what they're saying is actually the right interpretation of what actually happened? How do you know what they're saying is the right interpretation of who I am? You don't. You're living, you're treating me how me because of what they said about me. The only time you can get to verify anything is if you get to know me. Then you will know which of that was true and which of that was false, which is true for that person, but is not true for you. We need to release ourselves from this tiny little prison that we have been trained to put ourselves in when it comes to seeing God, knowing God, understanding God. You can be a prostitute and be a godly woman. You could be a drug dealer and be a godly woman or man. You could be an escort and be a godly man. You could be a stripper and be a woman of God or a man of God. It's all about principle. It's not what you do, it's why and how. And when and with who or for who. Some people, all they have is their body to get by. And it's better to use your body. I believe a prostitute should be rated higher in respectability than a bumbleclad thief. A stripper should be given more respectability than a fucking thief and a murderer. Especially one who murders without conscience. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That's my opinion. Because the person who sells their body in order to survive, they do it for them own self, to them own self. A person who steals is taking somebody else's hard earnings. Because they want to be seen as respectable. I'm too good to go out and shake my ass to make my own money. So I'm just going to steal because I don't want people to look at me as though I'm trash. Fuck you and your opinions. That's what I say. I'm using my body to get what I need to sustain me and my dependents. I got children to feed. I don't got no education. I don't have no skills. I don't have no this. I don't have no that. But I still need to survive. What the fuck do you suggest? If you have a better suggestion, then please tell me. If you don't, shut the fuck up and let me mind your motherfucking business. Because I may be a prostitute, but I respect myself. I'm doing what I need to do because this is the only thing that I can do. Or I sell my body because I'm good at it and I think that I have a lot to teach the world. It's why you do what you do. See, if you become a person who sell your body just because you're lazy, that's not a good look. You have the power or the brain power. You have the ability to become, let's say, a great chef or a great landscape artist or a great actor, actress, or a great something else that's less risky. And you don't want to do it because you're too lazy to go college or you're too lazy to go, you know what I'm saying? And if you're in the line of prostitution, you know it's a hard business. So if you're in it and you're not, say, saving money to do something else, because let's say you have other skills or other interests and you don't have the money to pay for the education necessary to create a more respectable, because there are levels to respectability. And you know how people see that line of business where you have to sell your body. So if you're going to be in that business, then you should be at least saving money so you can do something else more positive with your life. If that's not what you actually want to do with yourself. Don't just live and make the money and use the money to buy expensive things and then you're always at zero, so you always have to go back whether you want to or don't want to. Use whatever you're doing to create a better tomorrow for yourself. If you sell drugs, save your drugs money so you can go into some kind of business that's more respectable and legal and lucrative. If not right away, eventually lucrative, because sometimes you have to start small. God is in support of these things, regardless of what the pastor say, regardless of what these highly religious people say. You need to know your own journey with God. Stop making people tell you who God is, what God approve of, and what God disapprove of. A prostitute is better than a bumbleclad thief. And better than an assassin who don't ask questions. A prostitute is rated higher than a fucking assassin who don't ask questions. They just take orders. I rate a prostitute higher than assassin who don't who don't do checks before they carry out their mission. It's based on principle. It's not what you do, but how you do it and why you do it, and when you do it, and with who, and without who, and all these things. Y'all need to understand God and what God sees as an abomination and what is not an abomination. A lot of people who are religious, they're not real with themselves. Because they have these standards to live other people's standards, not standards that God tell them they should live up to. Standards that other people claim say, God say, that's what we must do. When God is within each and every last one of us. When God wants a relationship with each and every last one of us. A lot of people turn away from God because they think that it's going to drain all the fun out of their life. Only people who don't understand God would think that way. Fucking holier than thou. So you can't even have a great sex life because you have to be holier than thou. That's why your man and your woman go cheat. Because you know God, that means you can't take a back shot. Because you know God, that means you can't ride a dick. Because you know God, that means you can't give oral sex. How the two relate? And to your husband or your wife, the one that God put you with. You know God, so it's an abomination to give your husband oral sex because I'm a godly woman. It's an abomination to give my wife oral sex because I'm a godly man. Says who? Isn't it your wife? Isn't it your husband? Aren't you healthy? Don't you like it? So what the fuck is the problem? Because somebody else say that it's an abomination. See what I'm saying? Y'all need to learn to talk to God for yourself. God is not a religion. God is personal. Religion will make you live a life with God that you're untrue to yourself. Start to talk to God for yourself. Ask God what is right and what is not for yourself. And get ready to be hated by others when God gives you the answer. Exactly what you were running from. Be ready for people to talk shit about you when you got your answer directly from God. Clear the air Make sure that there's nobody infiltrating your conversation with the Most High God and talk to God. You'll be surprised what God is cool with. Y'all been giving God a bad name for far too fucking long, and it's made too many fucking people turn away from God and godly life boring. Anybody who call godly life boring is because you don't know what the fuck godly life is. You don't know what godly life is. That's why you think it's boring. You didn't learn godly life from God. You learned godly life from other people. Anywho. Time for y'all to stop fucking up God's reputation. It's character assassination. That's what it is. So if you know you learned your godliness from church or from the mosque or from the temple or from other people, do not be so confident that you know godly life. Until you have established a relationship with God personally, and God tell you what it wants you to do and don't want you to do personally, don't fucking call God name. And don't go around preaching and teaching to other people that this is what God wants. You never take the time to get to know God personally. You read a bumbleclap book and I just regurgitate people what other people say about God. Find the courage to live in your own truth. And let people keep their fucking opinions to themselves. If they want to live a boring ass life because that's how they will be seen to others as godly, let them do that. I'm a godly woman. I'm a woman of principle. And yes, I say fuck. Yes, I call people cunt. Yes, I say fuck off. Yes, I love oral sex. Yes, I love giving it too. Yes, I love to smoke tobacco and weed when I can. Real weed. As long as it's not destroying my health, then what is the problem? If it's not destroying my health, destroying other people, then what a bumbleclad problem? Why should I put a restriction on myself? Justify the restrictions for me. Because other people say so. Because other people go conclude that I'm not a godly woman. If I drink, or if I smoke, or if I wear pum-pum shorts, or if me go to a party and skin out me ass on TikTok, all of a sudden I'm not a godly woman anymore. I'm an adult. Y'all can live a boring, quote unquote, godly life if you want to. Don't expect it from me. I know God for myself. If I do it, it's because God cool with it with me. I have checked. So your opinions don't fucking matter to me. If I want to take a picture in a swimsuit and bend over and skin up my ass, I'll do that. If I want to put up a picture of me in a swimsuit as my profile picture, ask God here, I will do that. Call me sexy, me godly and me sexy. Full package. What you take this thing for? Think I'm gonna make y'all steal my glory because I'm a godly woman? Who's supposed to be more highly rated than we? Who's supposed to be sexier than we? Who's supposed to be more successful than a godly person? Godly people are all that on a bumbleclap bag of chips. Let the devil people them take a back bumbleclad seat. We sexy too. You sexy and we sexy. You hot and we hot. You fiery and we fiery too. But we got more principle than you. We're a better grade than you. Wait. Wait. It's too soft. I want it to be loud. It's not even loud. Okay? So fuck y'all. I'm a woman of God. And yes, I'm just like this. And yes, God approves. And your fucking opinions, they don't matter. Okay? I am a woman of God, but don't get the fucking shit. They will fuck you up. The same way, like my God drove out whole fucking societies who refuse to listen. There comes a point where we need to get into that devil energy. But more time, I'm in my God energy. I'm sexy with it. I'm feisty with it. I'm humble with it when it's time to be humble. But right now, y'all are getting on my fucking nerves. Y'all are dead on God thing. And I make people don't want to see God. Because nobody want to live no boring life. And that's why God tell you what is acceptable and what is not. Stop listening to other people opinion of who God is and what God wants and what God don't want. When God is in all of us, you can talk to God directly. You don't need no third party to talk to the divine. Stop dead on God thing. Who like church? Let them be church. Who like temple? Let them be temple. Who like mosque? Let them be mosque. Who like Rasta way that they talk? Let them be that. I want to be myself. I want to be the version of myself that is void of all these labels. If I don't need to be in a bumper clock box, don't put me in a fucking box. If I don't need to be restricted, do not restrict me. Let me be free and godly. God will tell me when something is unacceptable, not you. I don't give a fuck. You can say I'm not a Rasta if you want to. I'm that type of person. I'm that type of God woman. I'm a God woman first before me belong to any religion. Shit. Anywho, yeah. Couple times me up and talk until my mouth decide you want to go white. I want my mouth to go white today. I have to maintain the sexy. I'm kind of dehydrated. So yeah, stop make people cold on God thing for you. God is the fucking coolest. Okay? God is the most lit. You know, they like to go a party and say, oh, the place lit. God is the most lit. If you look to be lit, God can show you how to be lit as fuck, but safe. If you want hype, God can give you give experiences where you're hype as fuck, but safe. You don't have to ruin your reputation with God anyway. Fuck what people think. As long as you and God are cool, nobody else opinion matter. Please. Release yourself from these religious prisons, from these spiritual prisons, from these characteristic prisons. God thing is not boring. I rebuke God thing is not boring. Father. Every good thing and every bad thing that was created, God, and I got the nerve to call God boring. I got the nerve to teach people to live a boring life. Because that's how to live a godly life. Man, go fuck off with that bullshit.